Welcome back to another week in my life as a PhD student in London. First thing Monday morning, I was supposed to have a 9 a.m. online meeting, so I stayed at home to avoid the rush hour on the tube. Annoyingly, it was postponed, so I just headed in after some breakfast and admin work at home. So after staying at home this morning and having my meeting cancelled, I have now come into campus just to see people, and I think sometimes I work a bit better here. So yeah, I'm gonna go in and then have my postponed meeting from my office. But yeah, come inside with me. After my meeting, I got stuck into some work, and I basically just ended up coding for 5 hours straight, trying to implement some new analysis for my model. After some more plotting and thinking, I was getting quite tired and stuck, so called it a day and headed home at 6 p.m. I had a chilled evening cooking my dinner, which I forgot to film, and then heading later to the gym. Welcome to a work at home day with Eloise. I can't believe it's June and I'm still putting a blanket on my legs and wearing a big jumper. It's just because I'm in a north-facing room. It's not super cold today, it's been a bit cold in general, but yeah, I find it cozy to work in a blanket as well. That's the advantages of working from home. But yeah, I thought I wouldn't go in today because I've got an orienteering race this evening, so it just saves a bit of travel time. So that I can leave at around 5:30, and I've not got any meetings today, so I've just got to power through my to-do list and think about some things before my meetings tomorrow. Yeah. The first thing I'm looking into this morning is seeing if we can use something called PCA, which is Principal Component Analysis, to try and cluster my trajectories of my particles in my simulations. Now, this is something that I actually studied a little bit in a machine learning course in my final year during my undergrad master's studies. So I'm having to bring out those notes and use Google to try and remember how to do these kind of things. But it seems to be working a little bit. I got very confused with it yesterday. But yeah, making some progress. This is the kind of plot I'm kind of after, and I'm getting something like this, so it's not looking too bad. I'm getting the right kind of idea. Okay, so I think I've done the best I could for now. I've emailed some results and some questions to a collaborator who might be able to help me. And in the meantime, I'll probably have a little break and get on with a different task. Lunchtime. So for lunch today, we've got scrambled eggs on toast, which I, to be honest, have most days that I work from home. I also have some couscous salad on the side that I made the other day, plus some extra salad bits that needed eating. It's tea time. While I'm having a little break and having a sip of my tea, I thought I'd just talk about a topic that's pretty pertinent nowadays after a lot of people now work from home post-COVID and have a lot of hybrid work schedule. And especially as a PhD student, no one's really checking what you do every single day. So when you work from home, it is very easy to get distracted. It's very easy to say I'm going to spend a few minutes scrolling on social media or doing something else and realize 30 minutes have gone by. But there's a few ways that I try and keep on top of not getting too distracted. For example, saying it's okay to take breaks and be distracted a little bit. It's impossible to sit down at your desk for 8 hours straight and do something. So when you have a break, know that you're on a break. One way that I keep control of that is time tracking. It can be a little bit over the top, but it works for me. I use something called toggle track. When I'm doing a particular task, it's quite general topics, like right now I'm just putting thinking because I'm just doing a bit of researching and thinking about stuff. But I categorize that and try to only put this on when I'm working, and it allows me to see kind of how much I'm doing in a day. So for some days it might only be 6 hours because it's been a hard day to get through the work, and some days I might work more because I'm on a flow or I've got lots of meetings, so more like 8 hours. And for me personally, that allows me to try and keep on track and know how much I'm working, so A, I don't underwork, and B, overwork. The other thing I do is I have to-do lists that I organise on Notion, sort of sorted by daily tasks, sort of weekly things that I might try and achieve this week, and then longer term things like this month. And it's quite satisfying to tick those things off. So I will look at that at the start of the day, maybe in the middle of the day when I'm like finished the task and not sure what to do next, and then at the end of the day, and that's again keeping me accountable for doing the things that I said I would do or told myself that I would do, and yeah, keeping me motivated. Right, it's time to switch off, and I'm off orienteering. So orienteering is a sport where you navigate through some terrain, usually forest, but can also be parkland or urban areas, which is more common in London. And you have to find a set of controls using a map and compass in order and the fastest wins. That was fun, and it was a lovely evening for it, and nice to explore a new part of London. Now I need to catch my bus. So I'm back and showered, and now I'm hungry, so I'm very glad for my meal prepped pasta from last night. It's beans and veg pasta, and doesn't it look so good? Yum.
After the meeting, I actually realised I could use something called polyaccounting that I'd learned in my first year undergrad course in combinatorics and group theory. It's pretty cool that I found a use for a pure maths theorem in my very applied maths PhD.
Time for meeting number 2 of the day, and I'm meeting just one-on-one with my supervisor this time. I'm the last one in the office, because I stayed a bit later today. I just had a lot of things to do after my supervision meeting, which only finished at around 4:45, and I wanted to launch some simulations, but yeah, look at the gorgeous sun. I don't normally stay in the office this late, but yeah, I was on a roll today and not too much on this evening. I'm gonna go back and eat, and I already cooked. I've got my pasta from Monday to eat, and then we'll see, I might go to the gym or have a little run outside. Okay, change of plan. It's such a nice sunny evening and I'm not super hungry yet, and I was feeling inspired and energetic for it, so I think I'm gonna go out for an easy run and then come back and have my dinner. But yeah, should be nice. Gonna find some green space and clear my head. Nature.
Okay, maybe not such a short run, but it was really nice. I really enjoyed that.
That's why I love the summers in London. It's just so nice for me to come home and be able to go run when it's nice and sunny and light outside, unlike in the winter. It just makes the days feel so much longer and I've got more energy. Am I eating the same dinner for 3 nights in a row? Yes. Do I care? No, because it tastes good and I like bulk cooking. It just makes my life so much easier when I can come home and reheat something that I made for a few meals at a time. Good morning. So I didn't sleep as well last night, so I let myself have a bit of an easier morning, but I'm still gonna try and be at my desk in my room by about 9 AM and then start working. Pretty similar to what I had on Tuesday, but this time poached eggs instead of scrambled eggs.
I then cycled to my doctor's appointment and then into campus. It's quite far, so it's not something I do very often, but there was less traffic in the middle of the day and it was such nice weather.
It was quite fun, but it was pretty overcrowded in the Union, so now I'm just walking back through the depths of Imperial to get my bike and cycle home. The preparations for the summer ball Saturday. Good morning. It's another lovely and sunny day today. So I'm just eating my breakfast and then I'll head into the office. So Fridays are normally the day where we have our group meetings with all the PhD students and our supervisors. We all meet and one person presents. And normally this is an opportunity for someone to talk about their research and practice a presentation. And this week I'm actually presenting. I've stepped in last minute because I actually already had a presentation prepared from a few weeks ago that I didn't end up doing, or at least the second part of we didn't get time for. So I had it ready and someone asked if I could step in, so I am. And I'm not actually talking about my research exactly today. I've got a bit more of a light-hearted talk. I'm actually talking about Polya's book called How to Solve It, which is a bit more about the heuristics of problem solving, and I thought my group might find it interesting, and it's a bit more of a light-hearted one now it's approaching summer. And also the Polya counting theorem that I used yesterday has actually found a use, so I'm going to introduce that and do a bit of problem solving with them. Yeah, because it's so hot today, I'm wearing shorts, and that's an advantage of being a PhD student. You can kind of wear what you want and no one really cares. And also, look, I'm wearing this fish top. Isn't it nice? I got it when I was traveling around Italy, which you can actually see. I vlogged that trip, so you can see I got this one from Cinque Terre. Number 1 fan is definitely helping today. We're nearly finished. It's good. It was meant to be an introduction to be able to do mathematics, and it means to solve mathematical problems. So that's like active understanding, and it's about, again, these ideas of problem As you can hear from the noise outside, they're definitely getting ready for the summer ball tomorrow. So I think that's my signal to finish up work, and it's getting kind of late. But yeah, I just finished the day by cleaning up my code and committing all my changes. Yeah, I'm gonna go and meet a friend for dinner, which is nice. And yeah, happy it's the end of the work week. And I'm back home after a busy week. It's 10 PM now. I chatted to some family on the phone and yeah, ready for a nice sleep and the weekend. I very rarely work at the weekend. I've only done that 2 times, done actual PhD work at the weekend, like on the run up to a conference, for example. So yeah, usually I just use that time to relax and do other things, spend time with friends, do sports. So yeah, this weekend, as you saw, is actually the Imperial Summer Bowl, which I've not been to before, but my group are going together this year, so that should be a lot of fun. Anyway, good night for now. Now to my long run of the week, ending at a big supermarket to do my weekly shop. And yeah, it's a bit hot, but nice to be out.
Please scan an item.
I've got a late Saturday lunch. I've just kind of made like a salad bowl with some falafel that I just bought at the shops, and the third type of egg of the week, fried egg, and yes, I'm gonna devour this after my long run. Alright, I'm all dressed up and ready to go to the bowl now. You just have to ignore the grubby white trainers that I'm wearing, but yeah, let's go. Going to the office on a Saturday, but not to work for the bowl. Not good. Pancakes for breakfast Sunday morning. So I had a super easy morning, given I didn't have too many plans today and it's kind of warm, although the blue sky's gone away. I've just come to a nearby park to lie down and read a bit, and then I'm going to pick up a few more things from the shops. I feel very grateful that I live near so many green spaces in London. I miss where I grew up, a bit more in smaller towns, countryside kind of areas, so it's nice to have a bit of change from the city and yeah, be able to come to nice parks. Please excuse the acne on my face. I'm aware that I have terrible red spots at the moment. Hopefully some nicer weather and sun might help my skin a bit as well. And it's Sunday night, the end of the week, ready to start another week in the life as a PhD student in London. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please leave a comment if you enjoyed it and let me know what kind of things you'd be interested in watching, like topics I could sit down and talk about or answer in a Q&A. And thanks for watching. See you again soon.